Good morning and welcome to Farmer John's. My name is Kathleen and I'm in the custom corner department, one of the designers here. And today I'm going to demonstrate on how to make an Easter basket. These are some of the supplies that you'll need to make this project. You'll need a basket, some moss, a ribbon if you'd like to put on the handle. I have some primrose flowers, begonia, and pansies. And then we're also going to incorporate a bunny into the design. So then last but not least, you'll need the soil to go with that. And we're going to start by adding it to our basket. I like to get my hands right in the dirt, but if you'd like gloves, you can use gloves as well. You want to kind of mix up the soil so that's not too chunky. Put a little bit more in there. Then when you decide what side of the basket that you would like to face out, if it's on a table or if you have it in the centerpiece somewhere, I like to use a taller flower to the back. And before you put it in the basket, you might want to just break a little bit off the bottom, put it back in your pot. Then you're going to want to make room for wherever you'd like it. This one I'm going to be putting towards the back because I like my height in the back. You're going to cover it back up with the soil that you took out. So you're always repurposing everything that you use. This is a begonia. Begonias are very colorful and a great Easter plant to use. These are not necessarily the plants that we will be using when we do the demonstration and you do come to the class, but we will have a nice mixed variety such as this. Then next I like to take my smaller plants such as these pansies. And I chose some bright colors that remind me of Easter. And again, I'm pulling off the base of them. The basket's not going to be as deep as the pots usually are. So you just want to make a spot, but keep them tight, because then when they grow in, you've got a lot of color. So we'll start with the purple. And then I'm going to work a bright color. So I like using the yellows. And I like to tuck the same plants together. It looks better when you have similar plants together instead of a hodgepodge or a mix of plants. So there's a couple pansies. Next I'm going to use the primrose, this bright red, which will be really pretty, and it has beautiful leaves on it. They are large, but use that to your advantage because it can cascade down the front and give you a little bit, almost like an ivy would be in a planter. And then with that, I'm going to use another primrose, white. So I'm really making this nice and full. And that's what we want, lots of color. And when these get blooming together, they're really going to be pretty when they start growing in. So again, they're very rooty, so you want to take some of that root out. And I'm going to tuck this one back in this area because we have a bunny that we need to fit in here too, and we want him to look natural, like he's peeking out of the flowers. So now you have a nice full basket, lots of color. And then last but not least, we have our bunny, and we just kind of want to have him peeking within the flowers. That is really cute. Look at all that color. I love it. Okay, next we're going to tuck the moss in around the base, just so that if there is any soil showing, the moss just gives it that nice finished look. So we're going to tuck it in the sides, underneath the plants. Just gives it that Easter basket look. You want to lift up your foliage, and you're going to just tuck it right down in there so that it kind of sticks out and you can see it. Put a little behind the bunny. You can even leave a little hanging around them, kind of like that, just a little bit hanging out. And you just keep turning the basket and keep putting in your moss all the way around the back. Okay, and last is the ribbon. So I've chose a carrot because this is for an Easter basket. And you're just going to, I'm going to make a 6-loop bow. You're going to start with the tail. And you get your first loop. Depending on how big you want it, that's the size of the loop that you make. I like mine to be a little bit tighter and a nice full bow. So I'm going to go with a loop that size. Then you just flip it the other way, bring it up to the center. Each time that you make a loop, you're going to flip your fabric. So right now I have 2 bows on each side. And I'm going to go with a 6 loop bow. So I'm going to make 1 additional. I've got 3 on one side and 3 on the other. Okay, once you get all your loops made, you just want to basically flip it and get your tail. So I don't want too long of a tail here because it's going to be on the basket and I want it to just kind of hang down nice. I'm going to cut it right about there. Take my wire, place it in the center of the bow. I bring my sides together tight, and then I tightly twist the wire just to hold it into place. And then next, you just basically fluff your bow. And voila, you've got your Easter bow. So I know I made that quite fast because I do this all the time, but if you need additional assistance, we do have a YouTube video on how to make a bow. And this is going to be your finished product. And there you have it. So please like and subscribe and have a nice day. Thanks for watching.